A friend of mine who's based in France just sent me this postcard. And of course, I remember the times when she used to come home and make me something French, like a quiche Lorraine. And that is what I'm gonna be making for you. I'm Aileen for my favorite recipes. I've preheated my oven because we're gonna be making the tart for our pastry. I'm using right now a puff pastry that is frozen. You can purchase this in the grocery. And this is so easy to use because you don't really have to be making your dough from scratch. And I find it so useful. So I'm gonna be getting my pan. This is the dish that I'm gonna be using. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna soften this a bit. And then, I'm gonna put it over. So, slowly, I'm gonna peel off the plastic. And then, I'll wait till this softens and I'll press this down. So, I've preheated my oven to 450 degrees and baked this for about 5 minutes. Okay? Let's just wait for a while because I don't wanna force it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be making my filling for my quiche. So I'm gonna be using 6 pieces of bacon that I'll be slicing. Quiche Lorraine is actually a French dish na when you go to school, it's one of the first dishes that you will learn that is French. So this is like actually a tart na parang egg-based. So parang egg custard siya na savory kasi we're gonna be putting bacon and onions. So let me get a pan. Let's cook it until it's golden. So meanwhile, I'm gonna be slicing my onions. For this recipe, I'm gonna be using 1 cup of minced onion. Quiche Lorraine is actually parang a brunch menu, diba? Parang an item on a brunch menu. Kasi may egg nga siya. So instead of having an omelette, mas maganda yung meron din siyang tart. So nag-a-add siya ng crunch dun sa ating dish. And of course, creamy siya because lalagyan din natin siya ng milk at saka ng cream. So let me see if oh yan, nag-soften na yung aking puff pastry. So what I'll do, ipipress ko lang siya inside gently para ma-take niya yung shape ng ating pan or yung dish. Yan. So this doesn't really need to look perfect, no? Kasi ano naman pag nag-bake siya, it'll take the shape of the custard that's inside it. I'm going to use a knife now to cut it just to even it out. Yan. Tapos yung leftovers nito, you can roll again. Tapos pwede nyo siyang i-dust ng sugar. So magmumukha siyang parang palmeras or argelianas. So, walang tapon. Yan. I'm gonna get a fork. I'm going to prick our dough, our puff pastry, para hindi siya masyadong mag-puff up and so that it will hold its shape. So after this, I'm gonna be baking this in the oven, 450 degrees for about 5 minutes. I-drain ko lang ng konti yung oil from the bacon. And then, let's now add our onion. Oh, now that it's done, I'll set this aside. And then, time to make our filling, our egg filling. I'm gonna be cracking 3 eggs. Together with this, I'm gonna be putting Carnation Evap. So, we'll beat the eggs. I'll be putting 1/3 cup of water and 1/3 cup of cream. natin siya dito. And then, of course, maglalagay tayo ng 2/3 cup of carnation evap. So, yung dish natin, yung secret dito is yung carnation evap natin. It makes this dish creamy and tasty. So, add natin siya. And then, of course, yung can natin ng carnation evap, hindi siya mauubos, diba? Kasi 1.5 cups yung laman niya. So, what you can do, you can put this in the container, in an airtight container, and put it in the fridge, and it'll last for about a week. So, now, maglagay tayo ng salt and pepper. Here. 1/2 teaspoon of the salt, 1/4 teaspoon of our nutmeg, and we'll put 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. So let me get my puff pastry in the oven. Ready na siya. 5 minutes na. Yan. So para nag-puff up na yung pastry natin, no? Yan. Let me get my cheese. I'm using cheddar cheese. I got this from the freezer. It actually makes it easier for you to grate the cheese. This is a good way to teach your kids how to eat French food. You can start by teaching them how to, or you can make them try your quiche. Kasi, masarap siya talaga. Yan, so, okay siya. Ito. So, this is about 1 1/4 cup. So, when you're gonna be baking this, kanina, I've lowered naman my oven to 375 degrees. Bibake natin tong quiche natin for about 35 to 40 minutes or until, like when you look into the oven, tapos pag shinake nyo yung dish, hindi na masyado nag-move yung natin, yung egg custard. So, distribute natin evenly. Okay. Ayan. Let's put the cheese. If you want a milder flavor for the cheese, you can actually mix by using half of the quantity of cheddar and half of the quantity of mozzarella. So, ipo-pour natin yung ating custard. So, just enough to reach the top. So, there. Now, I'm gonna put this in the oven and bake this for 35 to 40 minutes. So, here's our quiche. I've already cooled this for an hour. You're actually supposed to eat this warm or at room temperature. So, let me slice this already. So, medyo firm na yung ating quiche, yung ating custard sa loob. But at the same time, it's not dry, diba? Meron pa siyang, moisture inside. So, ayusin ko lang siya para makuha natin ng mabuti. There. So, ito na ang ating quiche Lorraine. Ang sarap! Very creamy siya because of the carnation evap. And of course, I can taste the egg, the bacon, the onion, and of course, the crunchiness or the crispiness of the tart. Yung ating puff pastry. It's so good! I remember this dish just like how my friend used to make it. Ang sarap! Namimiss ko na tuloy siya. I wish you will try this at home. I'm Aileen. Join me again next time and get inspired as I turn ordinary dishes to my favorite recipes. My favorite recipes would like to thank Simply Kim, Ed.C. Collection, Colorete, Plains and Prints, Space, Preview, You Are You, Occasion, Kitchen Studio, Elba, Electrolux, Sunex, Arizona Tea, Rancilio, Tarani, Cuisin.